Buddhism is one of the world's major religions that originated in ancient India and has spread throughout Asia and other parts of the world. At its core, Buddhism is based on the teachings of the Buddha, who taught a path to enlightenment and liberation from suffering. There are several fundamental principles of Buddhism, collectively known as the Four Noble Truths, which form the foundation of Buddhist philosophy and practice. In addition to the Four Noble Truths, there are also four basic principles or practices known as the Four Foundations of Mindfulness, the Four Immeasurables, the Four Right Efforts, and the Four Bases of Power. These principles are collectively known as the Fourfold Path to Enlightenment. The Four Noble Truths form the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. They are: the truth of suffering, dukkha. This truth acknowledges that suffering is an inherent part of life. It is caused by craving and attachment, and can be overcome by letting go of these attachments and desires. The truth of the cause of suffering, samudaya. This truth identifies the root cause of suffering as craving and attachment. It teaches that by eliminating these causes, we can overcome suffering. The truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha. This truth teaches that it is possible to overcome suffering by eliminating its causes. This is achieved through the practice of the Eightfold Path. The truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering, magga. This truth teaches the Eightfold Path as the means to overcome suffering and achieve enlightenment. The Four Foundations of Mindfulness, or the Satipatthana Sutta, is a set of four practices that help practitioners develop mindfulness and awareness of their own body, feelings, mind, and the nature of reality. These practices are: mindfulness of the body, kayanupassana. This practice involves developing awareness of the physical body and its sensations, including breath, posture, and movement. Mindfulness of feelings, vedananupassana. This practice involves developing awareness of the feeling tones of our experiences, including pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral feelings. Mindfulness of mind, cittanupassana. This practice involves developing awareness of the mind and its states, including thoughts, emotions, and mental states. Mindfulness of phenomena, dhammanupassana. This practice involves developing awareness of the nature of reality, including the impermanence of all things, the interdependence of all phenomena, and the Four Noble Truths. The Four Immeasurables, or the Brahmaviharas, are four practices that cultivate positive emotions and attitudes towards all beings. They are: loving-kindness, metta. This practice involves cultivating a sense of love and kindness towards all beings, including oneself, friends, enemies, and strangers. Compassion, karuna. This practice involves developing a sense of empathy and compassion towards all beings, especially those who are suffering. Sympathetic joy, mudita. This practice involves cultivating a sense of joy and happiness in the success and well-being of others. Equanimity, upekkha. This practice involves developing a sense of balance and equanimity towards all experiences, both pleasant and unpleasant. The Four Right Efforts, or the samavayama, are four practices that help practitioners cultivate positive qualities and overcome negative habits. They are: effort to prevent unwholesome states, shanda. This practice involves recognizing and avoiding negative habits and behaviors. Effort to overcome unwholesome states, viriya. This practice involves developing the determination and effort to overcome negative habits and cultivate positive ones. Effort to cultivate wholesome states, citta. This practice involves developing positive habits and behaviors, such as generosity, kindness, and compassion. Effort to maintain wholesome states, dhammam.